Salete, welcome to this video lesson on chapter 21, capitulum unum et vicesimum. Pugna discipulorum. Hic in pictura est Marcus ex imbre in domum intrat. Ecce puer qui eludo domum revertitur. Look, the boy who is returning from school to home. Quis est hic puer? Who is this boy? Marcus est. It is Marcus. Sed difficile est eum cognoscere. But it is difficult to recognize him. Nam sordidus est. For he is dirty. Et sanguis de naso eius fluit. And blood is flowing from his nose. Hodie mane. Today in the morning, or this morning we would say, vestimenta Marci munda erant. Marcus's clothes were munda, clean. Atque tam candida quam nix nova, and as bright white, tam candida, as new snow, quam nix nova. Nunquero, but now, sordida et humida sunt, they are dirty and wet. Cur vestis Marci humida est. Why is the clothing of Marcus wet? Vestis humida est, his clothing is wet. Quod Marcus per imbrem ambulavit, because Marcus walked through the rain. Nec modo Marcus, nor only Marcus, sed etiam Titus et Sextus per imbrem ambulaverunt, but also Titus and Sextus walked through the rain. Omnes discipuli vestimentis humidis domum revertuntur. All of the students return home with wet clothing, or clothes. Sed cur sanguis de naso fluit Marco. But why is blood flowing from the nose for Marcus? We would say from Marcus's nose, but Marco is literally a dative here. Why is blood flowing from the nose for Marcus? Sanguis ei de naso fluit. Blood flows for him from the nose, or we would say again, from his nose. Quod Marcus a sexto pulsatus est, because Marcus was beaten by Sextus. Nonne Marcus sextum pulsavit. Didn't Marcus beat Sextus? Primum Sextus os Marci pugno pulsavit. First Sextus hit Marcus's mouth or face with his fist. Dende Marcus et Titus sextum pulsaverunt. Then Marcus and Titus hit Sextus. Sextus qui maior est quam ceteri discipuli. Sextus, who is bigger than the other students, cum Marco et Tito pugnavit, fought with Marcus and Titus, et ab iis pulsatus est, and was beaten by them. Puri pugnaverunt, the boys fought, in via angusta, on a narrow road, quae Tusculo ad Villam Iulii fert, which goes from Tusculum to the villa of Julius. Non modo vestis, sed etiam facies et manus et genua Marci sordida sunt. Not only his clothing, but also his face, and hands and knees of Marcus are dirty. Cur tam sordidus est puer. Why is the boy so dirty? Sordidus est quod humi jacuit. He's dirty because he lay on the ground. Humi here is a locative case. It looks genitive, but it's locative, place where. Humus enim propter imbrem humida et sordida est. For the ground, on account of the rain, propter imbrem, is wet and dirty. In other words, it's what we would say is muddy, right? Et Marcus et Sextus, both Marcus and Sextus, humi jacuerunt, lay on the ground. Primum Marcus jacuit sub sexto. First, Marcus lay underneath Sextus. Titus vero Marcum vocare audivit, but Titus heard Marcus calling, ac sextum oppugnavit, and he attacked Sextus. Moc Sextus ipse humia cens, soon Sextus himself, lying on the ground, ad duobus puris pulsatus est, was beaten by the two boys. Magna voce patrem et matrem vocavit. He called for his father and mother in a great or loud voice, nequero parentes eum audiverunt, nor indeed did his parents hear him. Voc sexti a nullo praeter puros audita est. Sextus's voice was heard by no one except for the boys. Marcus atrium entrans, Marcus entering the atrium, non statim a patre suo cognoscitur, is not recognized immediately by his father, sed cum primum filius patrem salutavit, Julius vocem filii cognoscit. But when first the son greeted his father, Julius recognized the voice of his son, or recognizes the voice of his son. Tum cruorem in facie eius conspiciens, then noticing the gore, the crusted blood on his face. That's what cruor means. Exclamat pater, the father shouts out, O mi fili, O my son, quis te pulsavit, who beat you? And then Marcus says, Bos iratus cornu me pulsavit, an angry bull hit me with his horn. Id verum non est, Julius says. That is not true. Is qui te pulsavit cornua non gerit. The one who beats you does not have horns. A quo pulsatus est. By whom were you hit? And then Marcus says, A sexto pulsatus sum. I was beaten by Sextus. I was hit by Sextus. Julius says, Intelligebam te non cornibus, sed pugnis pulsatum esse. I understood that you weren't hit by horns, but by fists. At cur tu pulsatus est. But why were you hit? Certe non sine causa Sextus te pulsavit. Certainly Sextus didn't hit you without reason. Incipe ab initio. Start from the beginning. Ille primum a te pulsatus est. He was first hit or beaten by you. Then Marcus says, Minime, no way. Primum ille me pugno pulsavit, sine causa. First he hit me with his fist without reason. Dende ego illum pulsave. Then I hit him. And Julius says, Tune solus sextum pulsavisti? You fought Sextus alone? He can't believe this because he knows Sextus is bigger and stronger. Then Marcus says, Ego et Titus eum pulsavimus. I and Titus, in other words, we would say Titus and I, hit him or beat him. And Julius says, Quid? What? Vos duo unum pulsavistis? The two of you beat up on one person? Duo cum uno pugnovistis? Two fought with one? Okay, so he is in disbelief here because he thinks this is very dishonorable. Marcus se et Titum excusare conatur. Marcus tries to excuse himself and Titus. Ad pugnavimus cum puro maiore, but we fought with a bigger boy. Solus sextum vincere non possum. Alone I cannot beat Sextus. I cannot defeat Sextus. Nam is multo maior ac validior est quam ego, for he is much bigger and stronger than I am. Sextus tam validus est quam bos. Sextus is just as strong as a bull. Okay, so nice little simile there, picking up on what he had lied about earlier. And then Julius says, Et tu tam sordidus est quam porcus, and you are just as dirty as a pig. Cur sordida est vestis tua nova. Why is your new clothing dirty? Humine yakuisti, did you lie on the ground? Marcus says, Humi yakui, I did lie on the ground. Sextus me tenuit, Sextus held me down. Said East quoque humi yacuit, but he also lay on the ground. Nos eum tenuimus, we held him. And Julius says, Yam satis divi, now I've heard enough. De pugna vestra indigna, about your unworthy fight. So again, he finds it dishonorable because there were two boys fighting against one. Nam certe non decet pulsare purum minorem, for certainly it's not fitting to beat up a smaller boy. Sed duos puros cum uno pugnare indignissimum est. But for two boys to fight with one is most unworthy, most disgraceful. Hoc nullo modo excusare potest. This can be excused in no way. Noli mihi plus narrare de hacre. Don't tell me more about this thing. Age, e incubiculum tuum. Come on, go to your room. Ac muta vestimenta, and change your clothes. Davus tibi alia vestimenta davit. Davus will give you other clothes. Marcus davum sequitur in cubiculum. Marcus follows Davus into the bedroom. Ubi cruorem et sordes facie manibus genibus lavat, where he washes the gore, the blood, cruorem, and the dirt, sordes, from his face, hands, and knees. Ac vestimenta mutat, and he changes his clothes. Puer vestim sordidam ponit. The boy puts down his dirty clothes. Aliamque vestim mundam et candidam induit. And he puts on other clean and white clothing. Interim Aemilia, meanwhile Aemilia, atrium intrat, enters the atrium. Mater familias statim sordes et vestigia marci in solo conspicit. The mother of the family immediately cites the dirt and the footprints of Marcus on the ground, and she says, Inquit sordidum est hoc solum, this ground is dirty. Aliquis pedibus sordidis in solo mundo ambulavit. Someone walked with dirty feet on the clean ground. Quis per ostium intravit, who entered here through the doorway? Aliquis e familia nostra, somebody from our family? Porcus intravit iet Julius, a pig entered, says Julius. And here we see him being his sarcastic self. And Amelia says, Quid ais, what are you saying? And Julius says, Porcum intravisse io. I'm saying that a pig entered. And Amelia says, Aintu, are you saying? Is this more like, are you really saying? Porcus ne atrium intravit? A pig entered the atrium? She should know better. She should know her husband is always going to say something silly. And then Julius says, Porcus qui intravit est tuus Marcus filius. The pig who entered is your son Marcus. And notice how he calls him your son. Both of these parents seem to blame Marcus on each other and often will call him your son when they talk to the other one. Alright, Julius Marcum intravisse dicit. Julius says that Marcus entered. At non dicit eum a sexto pulsatum esse et humi jacuisse. But he does not say, non dicit, that he was beaten by Sextus, pulsatum esse a sexto, and that he lay on the ground. Okay, in other words, he left out part of the facts here, right? Aemilia, quae iam intellegit purum sordidum a patre porcum appellatum esse, Amelia, who now understands that the dirty boy was called a pig by his father, says, inquit, Ubi est Marcus? Where is Marcus? Cur non dum me salutavit? Why hasn't he greeted me yet? So she's used to him saying hi to her when he gets back home from school. And then Julia says, Marcus lavatur et vestem mutat. Marcus is washing. Notice this is a passive verb, is being washed, but you can just say is washing in the sense of is washing himself. And he is changing his clothes, mutat vestem. All right, well, that gets us down to the end of section 2, and we'll pick up in another video lesson at the beginning of section 3.